Howdy, folks. Okay, then. Hope you're doing well. Today's been a trip for me. Today has been a trip for me. And I'm here instead of doing a couple other things I could have done. I don't know why I'm here. I don't know, what can be gained, but I'm here. I'm here. Oh, hope your days have been going better than. Well, mine's not like bad. It's. Talk about precipices a lot. I do. And that's because currently I've been on one for a long time. Yeah, it ain't gonna work. I say one. We're multi-dimensional beings. Yeah, we work on a lot of different levels. Been on a precipice for quite a few on a few of those levels. I think everybody, in some shape or form, has been, particularly the last couple of years. But I think it's just like it's a facet of existence as a human being, right? It's not. It's part of the journey. Um, Today was a hard one, and I had a couple choices to deal with this, and this is the one I chose. If I'm here, I'm venting, I'm talking, right? The other options are breaking a promise to myself I made about 40 days ago, so I don't want to do that two-thirds of the way through. Um, Plus, I got work in the morning, and so doing that level of cope wouldn't be beneficial. Um, so I'm here. I'm here instead. I don't know. I don't know, folks. Nothing is radically terrible right now. Just to assuage any worries, nothing's radically terrible. Um, but I am seeing a culmination of certain things, and I don't know how any of them are gonna go. But there is now a possibility in which these multiple things coincide into something quite uncomfortable, is the best way to put it. Now, life isn't a pursuit of comfort. That helps a lot with life. You need your breathers, you need your rest. But at the end of the day, I think we need to grow more, and growth is painful, right? I totally get that. Part of it, though, is that some of the growth that life demands of you is not quite straightforward, is a good way to put it, but also isn't as natural as, body growth and aging, right? It's not as natural as erosion. It's still natural, I think, especially as a human being, but it's not that level of like promise to it. Um, anyway, welcome, Ichthus. Yeah, exactly, Ichthus. That's part of what I'm talking about. Growing pains. That's a great way to put it. Um, that's a more up way to put it than maybe I would or have been. Um, but yeah, this is a ramble stream. This is a getting stuff off my chest stream, with which I've done quite a few of. So this is for me. It's a selfish endeavor. So if it's not to your bag, don't worry about it, and I won't take offense. But thank you for stopping in and saying howdy. Either way, anybody who is. Again, this was the best choice I could do. First choice, which I tried for a good hour there, was wallow and comprehend. I choose that one most of the time because its only victim is myself. Uh, so that one, and sometimes you can get something positive out of it. The second choice was going to go pick up something to drink and break a promise. I'm not doing that. Third option is this, where I'm just like I have a focal point, I have a guide, and I have a record, and I have a reason event, and I have somewhere to talk. Right? That's the big one. The other two are very internal coping mechanisms, which I am very used to and I understand greatly. But I've gotten to a point where those internal mechanisms just don't tend to do much good for me anyway. And one of them is just not great to do anyway. Um, but yeah, so I know the title of the stream is something life, love, work, comics, and mental health. There's a lot of things there, right? And I put I don't know squat, and that's very very true. I'm still a relatively young man. I don't know shit about any of this. Um, well, that's the bit, right? Like, well, I have my experience, I have my life, right? Um, in the last couple years, it has drastically been changing, and I just hit another milestone in that. And milestone sounds more like upbeat than I want to communicate because it wasn't like it's not a speed bump. I don't know what this is, but it has to do with the work I've been doing for the last almost half decade, um, and the people I did that work for, and being hopeful that that shifting hands does not. I don't need things to stay the same, right? And I don't expect them to. That's not part of life. But I also don't want this to become. I really love my job. I really love my job. It's kept me afloat during some very hard times. It gives me fulfillment and a purpose. And I'm in a small area. There's not like another place that does this that I could go to. And I just, the death of a rhythm, the death of a harmony, you could call it the passing of it, right? Moving on to a new verse, or something like that. You could phrase it more kindly than simply the death of, but at the moment I'm going to phrase it as the death of. Is always tough. It's always tough. And it's a weird position to be in. Could mean nothing. It could be fine, right? But it also could be quite terrible for me. And if it is, then a lot of things are going to have to change for me for a time. Um, I do not have the best occupational prospects with who I am and the paths I've chosen. Um, and so that's quite terrifying at this time. I'm lucky that I can take care of things as I have been for the last year and change with the gig I have. So I'm going to do my best to stay at it, but I don't know. And that's the big thing. It's like, I don't know. I'm worrying about something that may not need to be worried about. But that, on top of how our campaign has been going, which I could there's a line between the show that I want to put on and the show that you folks deserve to see and the truth. And it bugs me that that's kind of a thing. Um, you never take off your game face while the game is on, right? When you're on stage, you are that character. Um, and I'm that character for a good chunk of time still. And that character needs to, be hopeful. It needs to be grateful. It needs to be ecstatic about the work that's being done. It needs to see no way of loss. And that isn't the truth. It's not the truth at all. In fact, I can't count this campaign yet, but if I count all previous campaigns IronVerse has done that I've participated in, I am 2 for 5. 3 losses, 2 wins. I think we might be going for 4-2. 4 losses and 2 wins. And I can handle that. It's going to suck. It's going to hurt. Like, if that's what happens, of course it will. I put a lot of work into this. You know, I had thought I had built up a significant amount of trust and a significant amount of quality and had started building on something really cool. And with this campaign, I've been continuously showed that very little was built. Um, and that's disheartening, right? That makes it harder to go through it. And I love the work. We still got plenty of time. Something crazy could still happen. But I've always come from the school of hope for the best, expect the worst. And so, of course, I've already got a plan B for this and all that. I always have some kind of plan. But at some point, I got to look at it and I got to be like, maybe the work's done all it needed to. And that also is another loss of harmony, loss of rhythm, loss of purpose. Um, and that's not something I want to, that's the thing, right? There's obviously proofs to the contrary, obviously. Um, but the proofs to the contrary and the needs for continuation, they're not harmonious at all. And I don't have any magic tricks left. Um, I wish I did. I just have other ways to approach the same thing. And it could simply be that that same thing is no longer worthy of being approached. I don't know. I'm not going to treat it as such, but that's been in my head pretty consistently since basically since I was running the pre-launch for this campaign, and I noticed the numbers that were coming in for something just free to be aware of the book coming, right? Sometimes slamming against a wall again and again will not break that wall. And you need to take a right turn and get around the wall. You need to find a way to go over the wall, under the wall, but continuously slamming into it and not being able to break through it, you're going to get the same result, right? And I don't have a way over, under, or around this wall. To be fair, I don't have a way that doesn't require extreme sacrifice to do that. And the way I have, the sacrifice I would make could be the dumbest decision in my life. And so I'm looking at it and I'm not stoked there, right? Like I could take a stupid risk. I could continue forward as I am, slow and steady, with many backtracks that I don't even realize are occurring. There's no options. But part of this, part of all of this, uh, it's just sometimes, sometimes it's a little much. Sometimes it's a little much. And like before a work meeting I had earlier today, I at least had a feeling that at least I had that gig in the pocket, right? I had a consistency, purpose to fulfill. I knew the rhythm and I knew what I needed to do, and whether or not this work continued, I'd have that part of my soul fulfilled, and that would be more than enough. And then this long shot dream of mine could stay that long shot dream, and it would be no problem. It would simply be an effort that could hopefully inspire others to rise up and hopefully do much better than I've done. Um, but now being on uncertain footing on even that is troubling. It's troubling. Love that job so very much. And uh, I do not have, again, as I said earlier, I did not put myself on a path that opens many career choices, though careers in general do not interest me. Uh, my life is mine, not to give to somebody else, or at least to give to somebody else for money. Um, and so it sucks. At the end of the day, that's where I'm at. I'm in another shitty position that I was really like not needing, as I still haven't recovered from many other shitty positions I've been in for over a year now. But I still keep the hopeless dream going. I work hard to improve my skills at it. I work hard to work with amazing people. And do my best to earn that right to work with those people. But if it can't generate the energy it needs to succeed, if all my efforts cannot do that, eventually I'm not wasting time, I'm learning, right? But I am not utilizing that time to its utmost efficiency and uh, for myself, right? And I had other side gigs. I got one other side gig, but it's still, it might be enough to simply pay the household bills. I'd still need to find something else, and I was looking, and my area does not have much. I don't know, folks. It's a lot of whining I'm doing here, right? That's no fun, but I'm not here for fun. I wish I was. I'm here to vent. uh, like, I love this work. If I could afford to do it consistently, I would. I haven't made money off of this since the beginning. Um, to be fair, I've spent a lot less to get as far as I've gotten than most have. Um, but like I can't afford to do that. And now in particular, where I don't even know if I could have it as like something I like to do in the background that doesn't really matter if it succeeds. It's no fun. It's no fun. Howdy, Neff. Thanks for stopping in. You chose a good one to stop in on, where I'm whining and complaining and hurt about something that gave me stability while I did this insanity. Being uncertain, which is fun. Um, but it is what it is, right? It is what it is. Like for most everyone in indie, this has to be a side gig. This has to be a hustle on the side, a hobby, a dream pursuit that is covered by something else. Uh, and having certainty in that something else was something I took great pride in, um, and gave me a lot of footing for this. And again, only time will tell me how this will go. But the fact that it's hit an uncertain footing is during this time, like I notice timings of things. I'm not ignorant to the flow. Um, and the flow for me for the last few years, I don't know what it's. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know squat, as it says in the last bit of this. I don't know. You always pick the good ones, surprise. I don't know if this is a good one. Boogiebot, welcome. He works 9 to 5 to pay bills, but the book was a passion project. I hope to build on it for the next one, though. Exactly, and that's what I've been able to do up to this point. And now, like, I'm having to focus on plan B. I'm learning new skills I haven't had to learn that actually aren't making a difference, which sucks. Um, I'm meeting and talking to people who's great, but it's also not making a difference. Um, and you can't ignore the fact that you've lost hundreds of people who are interested in your work. The quote "were interested" in particular, right? I did a poll before, only got 45 votes, so it was a terrible sample size. That was asking why. Very small percentage said it was the story. Very small percentage it was the delivery time. A massive percentage, about half of that, was they can't afford it. I've done the same poll today again. That'll last a week. I would love your assistance and answers in that. Um, that asks something very similar. I'm hoping to get a larger sample size. But at the end of the day, I love this work. I think it's important. Um, I think it's opened a lot of doors for some great talents. Uh, but I am also slowly learning that it is possibly not only financially unsustainable, but it may become completely mentally unsustainable for myself, which sucks because it was something that actually did a lot of good for my mental health. Um, and has inspired me to do things I don't usually do, meet people I wouldn't meet, interact in ways I wouldn't interact, do things like this, right? It's done a lot of good. It's done a lot of good. Uh, but again, there's no magic tricks left to make this thing work. Uh, there's also no hard work left to make this thing work, and that's the rough one. Like there's nothing like I've pulled every trick I got left. I've contacted everybody I could, and the ones who got back to me, I've I did the work. Um, but it's unlikely we're going to be able to pull another end day miracle. The timing with getting new work in from Maxi has been kind of crap. We should have something new in the next 4 days. He at least gave me a timeline this time, and that could help. I don't know if people weren't interested already. Like new pages aren't going to make a difference. Um, I think my marketing on this probably just was not resonant with people. Like people want escapism now. They don't want to face these things because they face them every day. right? So that's part of like the problem with my work as well is I try to make facing it easier, but when you're already doing that, even if it's just subconsciously, continuously, like why would you want that in your entertainment? I get it. I lost 300 customers, Nefarious. 300. Um, Honestly, about 360, as far as I can tell. We had 450 backers. If we just go by like the campaign to finish with issue number 3, it was 350 backers total. So I've only lost about 250 in this campaign from that total. But if we go including in demand and since shipping, to everybody we got to, yeah, we've lost about 350 backers. Um, and I think the most common answer I'm getting through these polls and such is that it's simply just they can't afford it. And this is what I need to do this work. And if that cannot be done, then I'm just banging my heart, soul, and head against a wall. And I can do that for a while. I've been doing it for a while, right? But at some point, you got to consider like why. And if Lady Luck's actually, just in the background shaking her head like, dude, I gave you your shot, you squandered it, it's done. Or she's waiting just for the right crack to help me break that wall. And it's like I'm a gambler, but I'm not that much. Will you explain how you lost 300? I have no idea. Nefarious. That's why I've been putting out polls, trying to find out why. About counting this new poll, which has only had about 12 votes, so it's terrible fucking sample size. But at least 2 of those 12 folks did answer the story lost them, right? Like it's just not their bag. But most of them is just my previous backers cannot afford to get a comic book at the $20 and 5 shipping. Just can't be done. Um, Nor will they go to the $4 digital just to help me out. That sucks too, right? You would think, you can't afford that. Well, could you throw a bone? No. Um, I think a lot of people are being very nice, and I probably lost a lot of customers over the delivery times with 3. Even though the books went out very quickly, it was mainly the extra metal cards that took the longest length of time, and that was on me, no question. Um, I gotta ask, 300 people bought it at 24. Would that have funded the project and paid for anything? Um, we needed 500 backers this goal. Um, that's what I budgeted for. That's why I put the book down lower in price. Um, I tried my best to make it sustainable. Even if I put the book at 10K and we'd be just over 50% funded right now, I would have still been paying out of pocket for printing and shipping. Right? I can't do that. I'm not. I'm not in a position to do that. The best way to put it. Howdy, dollar coins. Welcome, welcome. A lot of whining, complaining. Instead of wallowing, my other choice was breaking a promise to myself and just drinking myself numb. So I didn't do that. I came here instead. Uh, or I could have just been circling around in my head on this for the next few hours. I kid. So I've got my little family to take care of here. It's not a traditional family, but it's my family. It's the closest thing I got. Um, Having to worry about my future at a gig I really love and cannot actually replace in this town sucks. It sucks bad, and it kicks any of the circus I've been trying to put on, any of the performance I've been putting on. Um, Makes it feel that much more hollow. It always feels hollow, but like it fucking Easter chocolate that's melting, hollow Easter rabbit that's fucking melting instead of maybe solid concrete ball. Um, we'll lower that price. The world don't hand success to us. We got to go and grab it. I know dollar coins. You're one of the people that keeps me in it, brother. Neff as well. Thank you. I mainly at this point are doing it. At this point, there are many other points when I get pages in, when I get to write, when I get to uh, see people enjoy the comics, when I hear people backing it. Like, that's for me. But the day-to-day grind, I'm doing it because of the community and friendships I've been able to build through the work. Um, and sometimes that is more of a burden than a blessing. But the vast minority of the time is it more so. Yeah, dog coins. I don't even like. Oh, you don't tend to air this kind of shit, brother, in here. But the things you're bringing up, like I have counterpoints too that suck. That just completely fucking suck. Um, and bother me significantly. Uh, but it's not professional or right to bring up. Doesn't matter if I could pay for the whole book up front at this point. Like, the money isn't even the issue anymore. It's the dedication. And, like, it's being felt. And it's been felt for years. But, like, it's like when you need it the most, it isn't there. Um, Sucks. It sucks bad. Um, and I get it. It's a gig. But there's a certain, like, with what I'm doing, the work I'm doing, and you understand it, dog coin. Um, there's a certain amount of dedication that needs to be present, basically all the time. You can get away with it being on a couple individuals doing it, primarily myself, of course. If it's my work, it's my project, of course. But that becomes much easier when it's still felt in other aspects of the project. And I don't know. I don't know. Like, I could persist through all of this, right? It's an easy thing to persist. But when you lose like 300 fucking backers, you got to kind of realize that even building from ground level may not be possible anymore. Like, I'm trying. I'm trying so fucking hard. Neff, I have hit those 30 interviews. Um, got me not even 40%. And to be honest, about 20% of that was day one without me doing any of that. So I don't know. I don't know. Just like that. Yeah, apparently. I've sent out multiple emails. Um, when I was doing the signups, I made sure the previous campaign knew, and we got about 160 signups. Issue 3, we had 250. So that was my first indication that, okay, something's up, but it's all right. It's just a sign up. No, I'm not even offering anything in the sign up this time. It's fine. Then I launch, and I give it 2/3 of the campaign as of yesterday. And I've sent multiple contacts, letting folks know, we're live if you want to enjoy our work again, even at a low level, or just to share it. Anything helps. And I definitely wasn't told by anyone specifically, like, I'm not buying your book anymore either, which sucks. I don't know if it's an awareness thing, like that's why I've leaned so hard into different aspects of marketing, trying the video and audio responses to get folks interested. Um, because I had to lean into a new audience because the old one doesn't want to show up again. Um, that's why I was so willing to go with the CG audience as well, because perhaps they would like a quality book from a team that actually, delivers. But nope on that as well. So, at the end of the day, I'm out of magic tricks. It sucks. Like I had a couple publicity stunts to try, but they were self-indulgent. That wouldn't get any awareness. The idea would be to shake up it's dumb. I don't need to do it. And I had to pick up more work at work, and now I know why they scheduled me for more time. Is because they're switching ownership, and they probably wanted their most senior person to be there to help show them how they're doing their work. And man, my body's been fucking giving up on me the last few months. I mean, it's just this year. If I had, no, I'm not gonna jinx it, but it's not as bad as last year. But it's certainly, it's a sequel. Uh, that's for sure. Uh, well, we got earth-shaking, history-making events happening outside. If any other time would be 200% successful, it's not us sucking. I think that's a large part of it. Dollar coins. The timing sucks. The timing sucks significantly. Finances are changing crazy. Yeah, you dropped like 250 this time. Yeah, exactly. Money's you aren't wrong, dollar coins at all. That is the primary factor that I found. Like in that 50-person poll, that was over half of them. They just can't afford it. $4 would be nice, but I guess they'd rather not back at all. Which, fine, I get it. But yeah, um, I didn't lose my side gig, Nefarious, not yet. Ownership is transferring. I've known the people who've owned it for about 5 years now since I started working over there, and met the new owner tonight. Uh, he readily admitted he doesn't know what he's doing, which is great. That's always makes me super stoked. I hope he said that as in he's there to listen to us and not that I don't know what I'm doing, so I'm going to be scared and lean heavy into whatever I feel is going to be best. I don't know. I don't know. I'm going to find out next week. A little bit this weekend as well, but next week. And if that doesn't work out, like I have a very hard time changing what I do to fit somebody else's definition of what needs to be done, particularly in this gig. A lot of the time what the owners end up wanting and what needs to be done for the care of the animals isn't the same. They don't line up, and it's been consistently my job to make sure that if that's the case, that not only is that aware of it, but I still carry the extra weight and make sure that those animals are taken care of. And so I have no idea how this is going to go. Again, it might be fine. It might be an easy transfer. Or these people come in with new ideas and just fucking smash what I've been doing for the last few years, and then finding another job for me is not easy. Um, at all, to be honest. But it is what it is. $20, 48 pages, solid price point. I thought as well. If I had my bones, I would have done 25. But I was like, well, times are hard, and we have backers coming in, so we're just gonna get more backers. That's how we'll fund. No, or drop 50K and add robots to taking care of the dogs. Yeah, that at least wouldn't work. I'm not worried about getting replaced or fired. Dollar coins. Not yet. Like if there's like a bad rub or something, then I might be worried about getting fired. But I'm not worried about getting replaced. Nobody actually does what I do over there, um, which sucks because honestly, it's that should not be the case. But is what it is. My whole bit with this is that it just sucks that I now have more uncertain footing when I was already kind of like gearing my head to take a loss on something important to me. And now it's another loss for something important to me. I seem to be attracting that shit the last few years, and it sucks. Every time I've tried to get something positive going in my life. Very quickly it's been met by an overwhelming negative, like within weeks. One case within days. Um, that sucks. The last positive thing that's really happened, of course, getting the books out to people, all of that was great. Finishing that, wonderful. Getting that issue 3 out to everybody, that's a wonderful thing that happened. But that actually like affected my life and did something positive and made me happy was getting my kiddo here that's under me, and that was 2 years ago at this point. Thank God I had her. Have her. That's part of what sucks about losing this gig too. Um, she spends a lot of time over there with me. I get to take my kiddo to me with me to work. It sucks. It sucks. We paid that plumbing fiasco. We'll adjust, adapt, and overcome. To be fair, most of it was paid by Mr. Nefarious and his and Freak Girl over at Global Frequency. They're the ones who took care of us. Took care of us in that case. And I'm very very grateful for that. Uh, there were others who helped, and I'm super grateful for that as well. But like the bulk of it was one donation. Um, because Dog Coins, you were brave enough to go ahead and get that set up, and I was not stubborn enough to say no. Because at that point, like I completely broken. I had no mental ability to handle that additional level. Oh, howdy, Asher. Super fun stream you're on. I do appreciate you stopping in and saying hi. Thank you. All the work is on my shoulders then. Not all of it. Not all of this. Is this the line for soup? Welcome, little cozy nostril. Not yet. I'm not in the soup line just yet. Luckily, I shouldn't be anytime soon. Well, I guess I'll see you in the coming weeks. Um, well, let me see. I'm going to do that math right now. Mr. Nefarious, I'm curious. I think I needed 500 is how I budgeted it, but since we had those extra tiers, right? No, no, it wouldn't have come close. Again, we did need 500 backers, even with the extra tiers that had the. Actually, to be fair, in particular with the extra tiers, because I didn't budget for Maxie's pages. That was something he kind of brought up partway through the campaign. But basically as I was launching it, that I couldn't say no to help him out, but it wasn't in the budget. So those pages actually the money goes to him, right? And then I added a commission on top of it that would go to the book, but then I still have to make up the money that goes to him. Like I bought the pages, right? That's how that would work. So yeah, even then. Not great, Neostar, not great today. So welcoming. Yeah, welcome. Welcome, welcome, little cozy nostril. You chose a very weird stream to jump in on. I don't think I've ever seen you here before. You chose a whining, complaining, uncomfortable venting stream, is what you chose. So, apologies, but that's what we're doing. Well, it's what I'm doing. It's what I'm doing. Have I considered crime? I've done much, 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 but in terms of like, yeah, no crime that would actually like be worth like money to take care of things, right? I think that's what you're trying to. Yeah, like no, no. Done many other kinds of crime over the years, but nothing. Most of those crimes that make money include some aspect of violence. That ain't me. But thank you for the suggestion. I guess. Uh, and again, welcome to Star. But yeah, folks, you can have all the skills, you can have the experience, you could have the ability, uh, but if those things don't line up, you are an idea man. You are. But if those things don't line up with luck and maybe just the timing of everything, right? You can still be pretty screwed. Ko-fi can be helpful in small doses. I already have a Patreon. Folks are welcome to check that out and help keep the website on. That's basically what all the Patreon funding goes to at the moment. If somehow that blew up, that would be wonderful. But that's another one that's just like nope. I'm just glad it pays for what it needs to, honestly. Um, Sorry. I mean, again, this is a self-indulgent stream. I'm not like putting on a not putting on the performance I try to. So you folks are stuck with realism for a bit. You separate ability from skill. Yes. Yes, I do. A very skilled individual may not have the ability to do something. A very able individual might not have the skill. They're very close, though. They're very close. I bet even if you looked in the thesaurus, you would. They probably are together in that, but there are slight nuances. Sorry, folks. I'm just looking around. I've done my main bit of venting. Let's see. Do you not give that information anymore? Doesn't look like it does. Okay. Yeah, let's probably just make it an hour. Pluck. We got plenty of that over here. Plenty of pluck. That's a good question. I don't know. I do not know, little cozy nostril. I don't know. Well, yeah, Neostar. Everybody's having a hard time now, and artistic pursuits are the first to hit the chopping block. Um, I noticed this, even over at the Mythoverse, that had to happen. And part of this is me like, well, then what do I do? Because this has been something I've leaned into for, God, 20 years almost at this point. Well, if you need to step back from this hobby, you can for a moment, focus on life, come back to it. Don't force yourself to shoulder two problems when the other doesn't affect your living situation. Yep, I know, dollar coins, I know. I have a responsibility not to, but I know I can. I always have the choice. Always have the choice. And we got 20 more days on this, in which case I'll figure it out, depending on how this other thing shakes out. I'll know by then or at the same time too. It'll give me a couple weeks, but we'll see. We'll see. Just an equal mix of pissed and depressed. It's a fun combination. See, the other thing about this hobby too is it took away, not took away, it added a layer to certain escapes that I used to have, where now I feel guilty doing them without making them part of the work, right? So I even have less escapes. I I even tried so hard Tuesday to Wednesday. Like I had a whole thing I was gonna do to just stay off the web and breathe. I wake up, I stay up all night doing what I'm doing, and then in the morning I'm woken up by, oh yeah, you need to go do this other thing. I was like, oh fuck, I got like 12 hours of break. It bothers me. It bothers me. I need to find a break. I do. I've looked for certain breaks, and again, every time I've tried, instead of being met by wonder, I'm met by tragedy. And there's only a certain amount of that a guy can take. So again, I don't know what this is. I'm just shaken up by it, and it puts other things in a perspective I wish it did. And that's why I'm here instead of drinking. Basically, that you can call it a vlog. Yeah, I'm glad you did too. It looks great, Neo Star. Can't wait to see what you do with it. Looks like we got one, but what does that mean? Oh, thank you, Solid. Thank you, thank you. We've been trying to get to 100 backers the last nearly a week. On the channel, most people who watch my channel get a wrench, little cozy, because they're consistently here, right? I don't get a lot of viewers. I bet you could tell why. I bet you could tell why. Um, but yeah, most folks on the channel get a wrench. Just in case somehow I get one that gets picked up by a bunch of folks and then I'm not able to manage it, at least some of you folks are going to be able to, right? Uh, also, howdy, Scott. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, it's not too many right now. There's just the two, and then my bot, which moves the messages from Twitch over to YouTube and vice versa. They technically have a wrench, but I don't think they'll do anything with it. Oh, Neostar, do what you want. I'm not here. I'm here feeling sorry for myself. I'm not asking anybody to solve that problem. If you get what I mean, right? Like I don't like it's my problem. It's my choices. It's my situation. Like I'm not so if you want to draw, go ahead and draw. Like please enjoy it if it's something you love. But if you don't find time for it, forget don't need it. Who knows how the Kickstarter will do? Yeah, that's the thing. Do I have another 2 months to even do something like that? I don't know. I don't know. That was the plan. It remains the plan until I know what's going on, but it's nothing certain anymore. It sucks. I at least had myself and my little animal family taken care of. I don't know now, which it sucks, and it's the biggest one. So we'll see. We'll see. Blah is a kind way to put it, Scott. My day was fine up until this meeting, which I wasn't looking forward to, but I had no idea it was this kind of news. Thought it was just going to be another thing. I just sit, listen, and then contribute, and then I can nope. Um, Instead, it was come in. These folks who have been wonderful bosses for you for the last almost 5 years. Yeah, we're selling it. Here's this new guy. And the new guy wasn't very charismatic and didn't inspire much faith. Well, do what you want, Neostar. It's up to you, man. It's your work. If you enjoy it, do it how you want to do it. Like one of the options I was thinking of adding to the campaign that didn't get much response, but it was all positive. The small amount of response it got was me doing sketch cards for the campaign. Right, sit down and draw something for an hour, ink it a little bit, and then mail it and sign it, or sign it, and mail it. That's something I could do, but like the response was so minimal that it was just like, well, uh, we've gotten zero fan art this campaign. Um, we got more fan art when I wasn't running a campaign, which was kind of funny to me. Um, Again, like you're not owed any of this stuff, right? Like I'm not coming from that perspective. I'm coming from the perspective that's recognizing that things have degraded and degraded significantly. And I'm trying to recognize where it did so I could either fix it or abandon it. And I don't know. I don't know. How does he feel about a pot of beans on an open fire? Couldn't tell you. Couldn't tell you. I ain't him. I assume the same as most cowboys. It's acceptable trail feed. Yeah, new shirt today, dog coins. That was the bit. I got my. Yeah, I was talking about those yesterday. I got those shirts in today. This is one of them. It's nice. I like it. I was happy about it. He did indeed, Neostar. He did indeed. I think it's still there. We just have to get there. A lot of just have to get there, though, on this. There's so little time. Yes, there you go. Confirmation from the man himself. Where are we at, timing wise? Okay, we about hit an hour. Do I have anything else to say? Anything else to whine about? Damn, gas is too expensive. Not particularly. This was just my option, right? I gotta hit the hay here relatively soon for work tomorrow. Uh, and like an hour and a half ago, I was ready to just go break a promise to myself. Rather be here. Work was kicking your butt, and you thought you had a decent recluse post that went flat. A lot of posts are going flat. Uh, there's a lot of reasons for that, right? There's a lot of reasons for that. Not just like recluse, but like just a lot of different things. I could blame it on some IronVerse stuff, like the subject matters we deal with right now. Like that's not what people need. Well, it's not what people want. Um, I can't say it's not what they need. It's consistently been something I needed, and probably something other folks have needed. But it's a nasty cough syrup compared to a sweet soda, if you get what I'm saying. And folks want their soda. Yeah. Okay, we're at 20 votes almost now on that poll. Uh, Half of those said they backed or were gonna back, and about half said they can't afford, and then about 10% said the story lost them. So that's about two folks where Jack is just not their bag. Nobody said I lost their trust, which is surprises me. One person is gotta by the end of the poll. Yeah. Uh, uh the closest thing we've got to a reference of a Q Racer car is that poster that Mr. Marvel did, years back at this point. And it's got a car, but mainly focuses on the motor. So I don't know how helpful that would be in Neostar. You posted something about the Recluse. I don't know if you tagged me in it, Scott. I'll go look for it, see if I can do anything to help out there. That's not how you spell that. Bom, bom. There's that, but let's keep going. Nope. No, but I will help out there. Ah, I see. Yeah, I did like what you mentioned too. I did like that pointing finger as well, Scott. Very cool. Very cool. Oh, I see what you mean. Went flat. Yes, it did. Some bitch. Yeah, hopefully that helps. You blame it on Elden Ring as well. It's taken everybody a month to get their money back. Ah, that's funny. Yeah, well, that happened with Horizon Zero Dawn, the original as well. Forgot what game it was that crushed them last go. Uh, God, what was it? But they've done it twice now, Horizon Zero Dawn, and that sucks because they do have a very excellent looking game, very cool concept. I've enjoyed the hell out of the first one. I haven't beaten it yet. Close though, I think. I think I'm close to the last story arc at least, but have not beaten it. Nope. You can blame it on Elden Ring, but we launched before Elden Ring as well. I did try Elden Ring. All Coins was getting pissy that I did. Yeah, he deserved to a little bit. But it wouldn't run on my PC for shit. It kept freezing and hanging. I don't know if it was my graphics driver or if it's just not that well optimized on PC. Cause like I had the recommended specs and a little bit above, so I should have ran it just fine. You just went back, started playing Skyrim, Warrior Speed. Yeah, I've got modded Skyrim just sitting there now. I was gonna do a whole series on it, and I did 3 episodes where I actually edited the videos, took time, and nothing. By this channel, um, I put a ton of work into it. You can just go look at the videos. Like there's hundreds and hundreds of videos, and then like we're probably well over 1,000 hours of streams, like well over. A lot of work channel, and just putting just putting the work in ain't enough. Has to be the right work, and sadly, the right work isn't all that recognizable, at least to me. Some folks it might be. I hate them, not me. I have modded Fallout 4 and I have modded Skyrim and modded Fallout 3. I modded New Vegas, but I mean, I haven't seen a way to move one thing to other. If I ever, yeah, I saw a Australian's review of it today, and G Man Lives, I think is the YouTube channel, talking about Weird West. It looks fun. The isometrics kind of hurt the graphical fidelity, but it's just kind of the kind of game they wanted to make. So it looks fun. It looks fun. It does. What did I buy? I bought myself and Dollar Coins Earth Defense Force 4. Looks like stupid fun. So hopefully I'll play that at some point. Again, I tried Elden Ring. It didn't run. So I mean, it did. So like it ran fine on my PC, like at maximum. Like the frame to frame was fine, but then it would just freeze and then crash again and again. And I don't know what that was about. It sucks. So I tried it like 4 times, and I was like, nope, I don't have the money for this right now anyway. So refund me. Uh, Playing a lot of Vampire Survivors. It's $3 on Steam, and it'll suck hours of your time doing nothing but giving you serotonin. It's the closest way to just digitally inject serotonin into a brain I've come across. Right on, right on. No, that's good. A quick loading Skyrim is a much better Skyrim. Those load screens aren't that great. I think adding the 3D models to them wasn't really worth the effort. I don't think it really makes much of a difference. I liked Oblivion's hand drawn and Morrowind's hand drawn loading screens a bit more, but you know what do I know? And I don't think it would have changed the load times much, but it probably would have affected a little bit. But it could have just been a second, literally. That's one of my bets too, though. Anytime I like am going to load up a game to relax, I'm like, oh well, I should stream this. And then it becomes work, and so then I either don't play the game or I stream it, like most of the time. So that avenue of relaxation has kind of left. I have so many comics to catch up on, but sitting down and reading, unless it's something really cool, become tough. Did watch a movie that night. I was taking a break, which was nice. It's called "Sorry to Bother You," about a black guy who it's basically about the black experience in America, but it's filtered through surrealism and parody. Uh, really well done. It's basically the same exact work I'm trying to do at IronVerse, just in a film context, and in a very unique way. I totally recommend checking that out. Sorry to bother you. It was on Netflix. I think I watched it on. That was good. That was good. But yeah, sitting down and even watch a movie is tough for me most of the time. So yeah, it is what it is. Bucka Survivor. Yeah, I don't know what that's from. I'm sorry, New Star. Uh, you're realizing it too when you want to play a game because you want to share. Exactly. That's part of it too, right? And in my case, it's like, well, then I'm available and I'm on the channel and I'm helping build the channel and not just selfishly indulging in a video game. It's like it's not selfish if you're just trying to escape. And so I usually hit like Vampire Survivor because it's like it's not that interesting to watch to begin with, so I don't feel that bad, and it allows me to have some stupid. Usually, I'm having like a Twitch stream on the other screen, just going, particularly from Doug because he's fucking what he does with coding and gaming, and then how he handles humor, watching him how he handles trolls, just watching that performance that he's able to do via that medium of streaming. It's a lot of fun and it's very educational. So I've probably watched 100 hours of his streams in the last couple weeks. You gonna get it? Right on. Well, enjoy it. Enjoy it, Scott. It does look cool. It does look cool, and as an indie developer, I'm sure they will appreciate your purchase. Where the black guy works at a call center, yes, and then he's led up the corporate ladder, but then it also there's a great twist, and if you're looking at it at the greater concept, for instance, if you're in IronVerse Comics and you've read IronVerse Comics, um, he's basically attacking Famine Inc. at its core, um, with the narrative within. Sorry to bother you. It's really cool. It was really cool. Um, it was nice to see somebody else doing the work I want to do. That's always nice. Something that comes close again, like They Live does that as well. Brazil does it. Animal Farm does it. Uh, there's quite a few of those kind of films that do it, but Sorry to Bother You had enough of a comedic edge to it. I think it made it significantly more palatable. I don't know. I really liked it. Baka Survivors and anime opening. I'm sure I'd get a kick out of it. Yeah, likely, likely. Oh, good. It was free with Game Pass. Right on. That means Microsoft at least paid them for you. At least I hope. Uh, I got my refund in from Elden Ring. I do like. It was playing smooth. I like the mechanics on the controller. I just got into the first fight, which I guess is supposed to kill you and then load. The first couple times I got to that first fight, which is this giant crab monster with a shield, um, it would freeze up on me and then just be frozen, and that sucked. So I didn't get to fight anything, which is that sucks. I know I'm supposed to get my ass kicked. It's part of the Souls game, right? But I at least wanted a chance to practice getting my ass kicked, and yeah, it just wouldn't run on my PC for crap. But I did get I got my refund in, so that's neat. Nothing new there. Game Pass is your favorite subscription service. Well, good. I've heard it's brought a lot of value. It's why PlayStation's trying to emulate it right now, in a very small way with their service. I don't know, PlayStation Plus, but I don't know when it's coming out or anything like that. I listen to like gaming and corporate stuff from a couple YouTubers. Primarily, it's been Young, yeah, but there's a couple other folks who talk about it that I end up listening to. And so most of my news is secondhand and usually pretty biased. So I also don't pay it too much mind. 8 viewers here. What are you folks not doing something better on a? What is it for me? It's Thursday. Go do something better. Don't be here. Be here with my goofy ass. Like I'm not doing anything entertaining. I'm smoking a little bit and I'm fucking yapping. It's not that fun. I mean, I'm in a nice shirt. Shirt, corduroy. That's about it, folks. I mean, I guess there's enough of you here. I can put on the hat if that makes it feel more like I don't want to waste your time. So I guess the hat helps feel a little less like your time's getting wasted, right? It's charging my lighter. There you go. Cody hides his bong. No, no, it's not hidden. But no, I also I've broken every bong I've had. Sooner or later, it sucks. So I stopped doing that. A couple other devices. Sometimes it's the only way I got to fucking chill. I'm a very neurotic, anxiety-ridden individual. And this stuff helps, and it's legal, so I'm a happy camper. Scott says he has a legal obligation. I don't think you do. You really don't. Honestly, if you want to bail, you can bail. Absolutely welcome to bail. Do do do. Yeah, I don't have anything to like show off today. I guess I do. I mean, if anybody got this far, I don't know if they're interested in like the actual work. I think they're just interested in watching a guy try and decompress. I appreciate it, Scott, but you don't worry. Also, if you have something like anything better, please. Again, this was a very selfish stream. The point was to direct my energy in a slightly more constructive way than driving to go pick up a bottle of liquor and come back and try and numb myself for work, right? I wasn't gonna do that. So I'm here instead. Let's play Life is Strange and feel even more depressed and upset. Yeah, exactly. Aha, we lost two. Take that, my viewership. No, it's good. I'm not sucking anybody else's time. like, um, oh, why not? You guys can hear it. I can't unless I want to get those damn earbuds in my ears. Well, I'm glad you're feeling better, Scott. Good. Me, it's just like facing uncertainty in something very core. When I was already facing uncertainty in something really core, not my favorite. That was another option, Neostar. I actually was going to do that earlier today, but then my boss for this meeting said there was going to be pizza. There wasn't pizza. So instead, I came home. In fact, I haven't even done dinner. I did this instead. Because, fucking A. I get being in a bit of a mood, Scott. I do. That I do. I was going to put on music, but then it's like, nah, we're not going to help you do that. VLC, please. Thank you. Pause. Guess I'll shove my ear holes so I can listen to. It's good music. You've been craving pizza for over a week. See, yeah, I was totally gonna. That was my other option. I get two large pizzas for Domino's, and that lasts me like days. I don't have to cook dinner and all that. And I was like, well, boss gonna have pizza. I don't want to have pizza multiple times today. Uh, the pizza was a lie, but it's okay. It was attempted, but the pizza place did not work, and now it is too late. So maybe tomorrow I'll do that. I was supposed to make some kind of chicken tonight. Some kind of breaded chicken. I don't know if I don't know what else I got. I've got a frozen pizza, yeah. That's probably what I'll do after I'm done here. It's cheaper if you buy it off the app. Save $5. Not here. It's $8 a piece when you go and pick it up. I can't get it delivered out here anyway, so I have to drive to go pick it up anyway. So that saves. Like, I get 2 pizzas, $18. 2 large, 3 toppings, $18. I think. I go pick it up. It's not bad. Then they used to, or they did for a week or two to get you to buy again. They'd give you a $5 off coupon on your next order, so you'll buy it, but you have to buy it within a week, right? So they try and build a habit. I didn't like that so much. I did not like that so much. So they got me to do it once. I was like, oh, I know what you're doing. And so yeah, didn't do it the next time. Mrs. H cheated tonight and cheated up some canned soup and some grilled cheese. Oh, I could do a grilled cheese. Might be better than pizza. And I got cheese I need to eat. Yeah, that might be what I do. It's true, you're taking care of other folks. I know how that goes. But some days, fucking hey, you girls work so damn hard. Like that's the thing. Don't feel that bad. I'm actually strangling myself with one of these wires. Now there is implied physical violence in my chat. That's excellent. That's exactly what I want there. I'm kidding. Oh, welcome, Drawn Talk, as well. That's just being a parent. He'd know. Drawn Talk would know. Sometimes you need those nights. I can guarantee it. 22 years in the past. God, was it 32 years? No, 22 years, Cody. You were right. Yeah. Oh, God, you're not that old, Cody. Also, welcome, Drawn Talk. Welcome, Mrs. H, by the way. Chose a wonderfully upbeat stream to join. But appreciate your company anyway. I do. I'm just venting, um, mainly because the most certain foundation I had in my life was kind of, it was made uncertain. Is the best way to put it. And so all the uncertainties I had built on top of that, I was like, well, this base level, I'm all right. So these other things I can manage, I can deal with, because in the worst case, I'm back down here. Yeah, that's not a thing anymore. That sucks. Um, and it puts a lot of different things in a different perspective. So it is what it is. It is what it is. So I'm just figuring things out and doing this instead of breaking a promise to myself or getting lost in my mind silently by myself, which happens, and then that turns into an extreme depression, which then affects me for days. I'd rather expend that energy and then tackle the next few days as they are instead of as I was gonna perceive them otherwise. That's kind of how it goes. He's gonna create a Legion of Doom, being herded towards other. Thank you. Don't know what those prospects are. If I look at my on paper prospects, there's not that many. Yep, none of us do. Well, look at it like this. Now you have free time to build that speedboat. Yeah, boats in New Mexico. Yeah. No, I don't. My dad raced speedboats. Like he really enjoyed the ocean. He was an ocean guy. So was my mom, to be honest. Not me. I'm a mountain guy. Free time. Yeah, it's not how it works. I wish it was. I have a family, my little animal family, but it's a family to take care of. I have a house to maintain, and I have a person to maintain, some sort of self-respect and sanity, which, to be fair, I'm not great at, even when I'm at the top of my game. But uh, God forbid I didn't have any of it. Chicks dig fast boats. Got it. Yeah, there you go. I appreciate it, Mrs. H. You will find I'm a stubborn individual. Hopefully for more for better than for worse. Uh, but part of that is like, ah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong, and I don't need to argue against it. Mortal Death God, you're getting a job soon and we'll be pumping money into the camp. Or whatever you'd like, brother. To be fair, you will get your money back if we don't fund, so I shouldn't feel too bad if you choose to back us, but also make sure you know what you're backing. Um, I don't know what you're backing at this point. To be fair, like the physical bits, but yeah, yeah, it's just shaken. I'm just so shaken. Welcome, Schmeling. Stop by to say howdy. Getting super late over here due to daylight savings. Hope everyone's all right over there. Oh, thank you, thank you. Death God, get anything you'd like, and I appreciate your support, but don't go overboard. Where this campaign lays at the moment, uh, I'm hopeful. I'm not killing hope, but I am. I have said it before in the stream. Hope for the best, expect the worst, and I very much am expecting the worst with this again. Um, as it was with the Kickstarter, as it was with a couple other projects we've done, as it should have likely been for issue number 3, but insanity occurred 2 days before it ended. I still don't get that, but I honored it. I don't understand it, but I honored it, and I continue to try to. But Obviously, there may come a point that I am no longer up to that task. Just how it goes. Dude, is everything okay? Sounds like you're super down. I am super down. No, I am super down. Thank you for being here. I do appreciate that. You've released 3 books that are the highest. Yeah. I've been told. Um, and I have seen, based on projects I have backed as well, that we at least compete. Um, but quality isn't enough. Skill isn't enough. Um, tenacity doesn't seem to be enough, which that breaks one of the big magics I put into issue 1. So I really hate to say that. You need luck and you need timing, and it looks like both of those, luck may have run out, and timing may be impossible to find again. Uh, I don't know any of these things, folks. It's me venting because, again, like Drone Talk said, I'm super down. The the work that I do otherwise that's super important to me, the power dynamics are going to shift, and I don't know how radically. And if it comes extremely radically, there is a very high probability that I can't harmonize with that shift. Or that the sacrifices I'd have to make to harmonize with that shift are too great. Um, and again, you don't know any of these things, right? It could be just fine. But, I also kind of lost 2 friends, that I am not likely going to see. Uh, I love my bosses so very much over there. Again, that was a bedrock for me, through my dad's passing. Even just with my dad, I had a job to go to and breathe and stuff, and then come back and help take care of him and do that stuff. Um, and it gave me fulfillment, enjoyment with these critters. And I really didn't need that foundation that, like, everything I built, all the uncertainty I was fine with, that was built on top of it. Now it's just one big loose shaking Jenga pile. And it's much less comfortable, to say the least. Let's see. It's a shame you haven't landed your writing. I have, and I've tried. I've had editing commissions open for 2.5 years now. Um, One taker, and the project and the money just were not there. Uh, so I said no. I wasn't gonna just force myself and literally rewrite somebody's work to something. It's just no. I've worked with the Gifted Rebels. I did a short in uh, Kill Journal, for the lead character in that. It's basically the last thing you read in the book too, which is kind of nice. And that was a wonderful experience, but it's not like I got hired again. Um, and as far as I can tell, I've had writing commissions open before. No takers. I've had editing commissions again forever. Like, I've had them open forever. And I try and prove what I can do. That's why I was doing the IronVerse Quickies for so long. It's like, this is what I can offer. But nobody watches those either. Um, the creators do, I hope. And I really appreciate that, because that's mainly who I'm talking to. But, like, this channel's content, I get it, right? Like, it's not only unfocused, but when it does focus, it's not particularly in areas people want, I think. More of that God says, you want me to succeed, and your family got me so you can afford to donate. And like you said, you can get your money back, though you want issue 4. I would really like issue 4 as well. Might have to deal with some crowds you might not want to, and go through some more with some more toxic side of Comicsgate, like Yellow Flash or Cecil or that Star Wars girl. So here's the thing: Ethan hates me, like directly, and I'm not 100% sure why. But he has had a consistently angry and antagonistic tone anytime we've come across each other. Um, I am blacklisted in CG as far as I'm aware. I've been impressed with the amount of folks who have actually been willing to have me on their shows. Um, to be fair, I think there's one show that we've talked about it, but it's not going to happen because of that factor. Um, it's okay. You literally cried. You recorded a sad podcast in your car. Being a creator is fucking hard. I know you folks. That's so a lot of this that's carried me through. Again, like I don't have very many ups. Like that's just not how I'm built. I'm not a cheery fellow. Um, but I am. I try to be a fellow that's got a sense of duty and responsibility that earns their breaths. You know that fights to be worthy of the gift of life. And I've consistently been unhappy with my own personal results in those fights. But that's, just how it is. But I haven't had many wins. And even when I do get the wins, degradation takes place. And it's happened here. It's happened here. Well, people consider them toxic and they can be. Yeah. I hope covering Ethan kind of covers that crowd. Um, and there's a certain level of selling of soul that I am willing to do, and there's a certain level I am not. And I already crossed a previous line with this campaign because I really want this project to succeed for many reasons. Um, but when those results honestly did not make much of a difference, I'm not going to double down. There are comic writers that people back based on the writer's name. I know Jack is personal, but if you want to spread yourself out to other teams, you can gain momentum. I've tried. People aren't interested. Mrs. H, thank you so much, but people aren't. And honestly, doing free work isn't something I can usually do. I have to have some sort of inspiration for it. I'm happy with doing work, paid work, outside of my wheelhouse. Again, Kill Journal. I'm not a slasher or a horror fan, but I was definitely willing to dive into it because I wanted to work with the individual and because it's paying well. But otherwise, like again, there's a certain level of selling the soul I'm willing to do, and a certain I'm not. Yeah, I've had an editing commission post out for like 3 years now. Yeah, it does happen, Mrs. H. I kind of gave up. It's another one I got disheartened because like the contacts I got for it. In some cases I was willing to do it for free and still didn't follow up with me. So it is what it is. You want to succeed because you believe you should because you have the talent. I hope I do. Um, I don't know about my writing. I really don't. Um, I try, and I think I tend to get in the way of the project that I am able to produce. To be honest, uh, and so that's also a thing, right? That's also a thing. Is like how selfish am I willing to be to continue the pursuit, compared to having done good and then moving on. You've released high quality projects. You'll be all right. Although you understand, we all go through a tough phase in life. It's hard. Yeah, this one I hope. I would just like a fucking hour break from it, brother. Just like a fucking hour where I can fucking breathe. It just doesn't happen. It hasn't happened in years now. Yep. Yep. But yeah, nonetheless, it is what it is. I've had a lot of fun. I don't plan on going anywhere, and hopefully this whole work situation calms down, and I can have a solid footing under me again. But if it doesn't, and I don't have that solid footing, and I have to find different work, um, that will probably sink this part of the ship for a good chunk of time. At the very least, it'll force it to be docked, right? Because this job I was lucky I could get in with my lack of credentials, let's just say. And most jobs I'm seeing now, like the bare minimum burger flipping is higher credentials than I've got. And as you said, Mrs. H, it'd be great to do more writing work, but it's not a thing that people seem to be interested in. I think it's normal to feel like the art team carries them. As far as I can tell, that is, I've been lucky with the networking. I've been lucky with timing on at least one campaign, two technically. Um, the only two successes, right? Um, and I can guarantee that the artwork carries the book. Like there's no question. Not even like it's not even the same wheelhouse. I think I do better writing than a lot of indie projects I've come across. That's why I have the arrogance to even do the quickies in some cases. Is simply because yeah, I know what an editor should have done here. Why do I know that? I'm not a good, I'm not at a decent level. I shouldn't be able to point these things out because they shouldn't exist. Because at my level, it, that it is what it is. Yeah, you'd wager on something else. Yeah, I'd love that. Janitor, right? Yeah, cleaning. I'm terrible at cleaning. I would be embarrassed to have anybody by my house right now. It's not as bad as some folks' houses who I do consistently go to, to be fair, but like I would be embarrassed, and yeah, but yeah, honestly, like corporate gigs, any of that. I'm blessed that my kiddo, she doesn't have to stay home. She actually gets to come out and play with other dogs. She gets to be there and see me throughout the day, right? Like this is the gig I would have done for another 10 years till my body just wouldn't do it anymore. And it's already kind of started to do that as well. My hip's been fucked for months, and I don't know what's up with that. It's the first time in my life I've had that kind of issue, but it subsides, right? It stops hurting pretty consistently, but then it comes back. That's been worrisome. Like I don't even have the faith in my physicality anymore. It's crazy on all of this, and it is what it is. Janitor is great. Dollar Coins has done janitor work for almost half its life. If you're the kind that does accounts and not full time, peace and quiet, no interaction. Yeah, exactly. I got you, Neostar. I got you. All right, go enjoy your yoga. I do very little. Used to do more. I've been just again. I tried to carve out space for a breather Tuesday to Wednesday just so I could spend all that time breathing in the way I do. And fuck, I didn't have that time either. It sucked. I had about 5 hours and then sleep. And I woke up literally and I had a half hour before I had to put the circus back on. Um, Sucks. I could say I do a break, but I saw what a year of even just having the fulfillment doing and actually active fulfillment and advertising did to Jack. So it's like it's bothersome. It's bothersome. Like it's either relentless and it works, or it's relentless and it doesn't, and neither part of it. No, me yoga. Yeah, I've done a little bit, but I've been suggested, but I don't. I understand this stage. Thank you. I'm double jointed. I stretch all right. Breathing and actually interacting with the body, that would be great. I don't think we don't have a YA, and I don't like people. I was told to go do that before by another young lady at one point. It's like, well, why don't you go do that? I'm like, well, because I don't like people. um, you know, I'm. There's just too much. There's just too much, and like no foreseeable light at the end of a tunnel. That's the bit of it, right? It's just this is where we are now, and I'm fine with that up to a point, right? Like there's lessons to be learned in that darkness. Um, but eventually, it's like, well, why though? Anywho, um, there's night gig when virtually everyone does live streams and you can't access a computer to appear. I got you, Neostar. At least you have the energy and desire to be on these things. Like me, I'm doing this instead of doing something else stupid. Appearing on those 30 others over this campaign was because I had a mission, not so much because I enjoy it. I don't hate it. Luckily, everybody's been cool people, but like people lost me pretty quick when I was young, um, and they've continued to lose me again and again. Uh, and so every time I try and break that, I get a smack. And so it's come to a point where I'm just like, eh, do it when you got to because you have a purpose. Otherwise, I had to make an angry cheek. Thanks, Death God. That's how you meet girls. You get in a circle of friends and their social links open up and girls recommend you and so forth. And it's like a chain link. I'm sure. I'm sure dollar coins. That's a path. And at the end of the day, I'm happy with just my dog in a house with a stable job. Would be nice. So far, I've got that. I don't know how this is going to go. It just. Right off the bat, I didn't have a great feeling about it. It is what it is. Plant Fitness better than why. We don't have that either. Tiny town. Tiny town. Dog coins doing yoga. It's painful as fuck. You still do it for the sake of exercise. I wouldn't recommend it unless you were pressed to get into full body exercise work. My dad was with a yogi for over a decade. He didn't follow through in his older age. He probably should have, and he would have felt better. He was also hurting for years. So I can't blame him. And I had yoga throughout high school as one of the PEs. So I've done yoga. It's not something I haven't done. There's just always so much else to do that clearing the mind and making space to breathe and interact with the body. I used to be able to as a kid. Now, like, there's a million other things demanding my attention that I can't. And again, even when I carve out space specifically for it, it doesn't work out. It just doesn't work out. Sucks. I was gonna put this on a while ago, so there we go. Let's see what we got. Sure, it's background music. I also have done a little bit of Tai Chi, Neo Star, Energy Flow, and such. I recommend that as well. It's a lot less impact than yoga, but it does require about the same level of focus. So I could totally recommend that. Um, No question. No question. You're confused. You backed the campaign in February, but when you go to the campaign, it's acting as if you haven't backed it. Is that a glitch? With IGG, I have no idea, Omen. I think it just wants you to buy it again, so it doesn't tell you. You actually have to go up to here. Yeah, I won't be doxing it. My guess is it looks like something like this, but this isn't here, right? You can ignore that. It might not say you have it backed up here. I don't know. So what you would do is go up to your account and go to my contributions. You did back. I remember you backing. Thank you for backing. It should be there. And it should be here, right? You click on my contributions and it'll have the stuff you've backed, right? So I hope that works out. It's odd if it's a glitch. Yoga Bear is fitter than the average bear. Yes, he is. Sleep well, Schmelling. Thank you so much for stopping by. Take care, sleep well. Doll Coins, you tried all the martial arts. It all feels goofy. It's all goofy. But that's what I'd recommend, Omen. Is if it's not showing up here, like you've backed this campaign somewhere up here, which I think it usually does, then you'd go up to your name and go to my contributions, and it should be there. If it's not there, then I don't know what to tell you. That would be weird, because I remember you backing as well. There it is. You found it. All right, cool. All right, you take care, Mrs. H. Thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you. Enjoy the farm tomorrow. Enjoy. But yeah, I hope that helped, Omen. Maybe you found it without me. That's totally understandable. All right, folks. I gotta make something for dinner and be asleep in an hour, so I guess I'm gonna go ahead and call it myself. Thanks for stopping by. I'm surprised so many people stopped by for a very weird one. It's probably the title, right? So I guess I should end on talking about that topic. Let me see what it's called. Life, it's tough. Love, it's tough. Work, it's tough. Comics, tough. Mental health, it's tough. It's all tough. And I don't know squat about it. There you go. There you go, folks. Now, hopefully next time I see you, I'll be in a better mood. Over this next 4 days, I'll kind of figure out what work's gonna be like, right? And we'll go from there. Angry tweet about my situation, about compliment. What? Appreciate it, Mortal Death God, but honestly, like, if I have not earned the backing with the work I've done, then I have not earned it, right? Like, it's that fucking simple. You need to, it's not how hard you work, it's what your work is a lot of the time. There's a good chance that it's just Jack's either already done the work he needed to do, or it's just not timing for him again. I don't know. Alright, turn down the metal a little bit. How much pizza? Quite literally infinite, because he can't die from it, right? Eventually it'd have to be removed from I can get really gross, but a lot. Wanting to see why this is unfair, not cool. Why? Nothing's fair at business. Nicole, I think I deserve it. I appreciate that. But yeah, it's not fair. I'll be there, cook them grits. Yeah, cook something. I don't know. I don't want to cook. I'll figure it out. Maybe I just won't eat anything. I don't know. Doesn't matter. None of this. Some of it matters. Anywho, you take care, folks. I'll catch you later. And, yeah, keep being awesome.